Hello, welcome back. My thought for today's topic was manifestation. I talked in the morning about taking a rest, and today has been a day of resting. And somehow I just came across Joe Dispenza and his thoughts about, well, I call it manifesting, but I think it is manifestation what he is talking about, and it's about being in a state of mind of abundance and how you become where you want to be before you get there. And I really like this idea because I remember being a kid and just I think not having a computer and really wanting a computer and just making all the ways like possible to have a computer, like saving money, making computer out of a box, like a toy computer, so I thought about, when you put your mind into this state of being that, where you want to be before you even get there. And I think it's really important, and meditation comes really handy in these situations. And he was talking a lot about being grateful for what you have before you even have it, or being grateful for the things that you already have now, even if it's little things. And I love what he was talking about. I can't remember everything now, but that's just things, that little snippets of what I remember. I think that's why I always say to you guys that I'm grateful for your attention, for just another day of being alive and pushing through the barriers, pushing through the, you know, your own limits. And I'm super grateful and super proud of you, because that's what you are. You're amazing beings, limitless beings. And so am I, and so is everybody. And we forget that, and we get caught up in what we are in the past, or what we were in the past, or even what we were in today. And if it was a bad day, so-called bad day, we get into this cycle of thinking that, okay, this was a bad day. I always had a bad day. I always have a bad day, and I will always have a bad day, and it's like, well, maybe it could have been worse, or it wasn't even a bad day. We just think that it was, because we only relate to something that happened to us in the past, and we compare it to that, and it's like, oh, well, that similar thing happened to me 5 years ago, and now it's happening again, I must be cursed. Where on the other hand, you could even be grateful for that. I could even be grateful for that mistake, or something that has happened. So really interesting. If you haven't checked out Joe Dispenza, I think Dr. Joe Dispenza really worth checking out. And these little synchronicities, what he's talking about, my friend Nick, who's probably watching this, he said about a book about daily rituals. And I actually think I have that book on the shelf right now, with a Lithuanian version, and I found it somewhere. Didn't even buy it. I found it in one of those boxes where you can exchange books for you leave one, you take one. So I just got a message, which kind of flipped through my mind off it. But yeah, I think that we put ourselves into situations where we believe that something has happened, and it's going to be happening like that from now on. But, you know, it doesn't have to be. We can change our pattern. The main thing is, and what I was funnily enough talking about days before this, that it all seems like it's been leading up to this moment. It's like I think that I'm doing these things, and it's just like, oh, it how can I even put this into right words? My words are not wording today. Like, I'm living life, and I think that, oh, it's just purely random, and then I watch somebody like Joe Dispenza, and then I start to connect all these dots and start to see all these synchronicities that were happening. And I start to like connect them and think like, oh, so it wasn't actually just a random thing that was happening, um it was actually supposed to be happening like the way it was happening. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I've watched so many videos today on of his on manifestation, and I think my brain is just frizzled, and I wanted to still make a note on this topic, and a message just threw me off that I got on my iPad. But daily rituals, if we wake up in the morning and we get on our phones and we let the algorithm of Instagram or YouTube or whatever take us away, then that's what we're going to get. But if we start to meditate and do a little meditation, especially that they're free on YouTube, we can really get them, then we don't have to get back into that same old pattern of thinking that, oh, today's going to be another heavy day. It's like I've been waking up with that thought for a while now, and it's just because I've been having the same sort of thoughts over and over and over again. And because I have them, I feel like I have to continue having them, and it's not like that. I don't have to have them, I can change my pattern, I can change my way of thinking, but we will see how it goes when I wake up tomorrow. If I'm gonna change my pattern, if you gonna watch something about Joe Dispenza, or if you watch something about daily rituals, if you're gonna get off the internet and the phone after doing this, and you can even go for a walk and go with different route, just to change that pattern in the brain, so let's see how it goes. I think that's the message for now, because my brain is frizzled, frazzled. I don't even know the right words anymore, but I wanted to deliver this message. So that's it. And I'm proud of what you're doing. I'm proud of the work that you've been doing. And I know that you will get through whatever you need to get through. The breakthrough is just after the part that is the hardest, so don't feel like, you have to, do this alone. You're not doing this alone. There's other people helping you, and don't feel like you are never going to get there, because even if you had a little thought, that broke the pattern, the old pattern, then you might think of a new thought tomorrow, and might have two thoughts, or might have three thoughts the day later. And then slowly, like that, you can build the life that you were always wishing for. But that life doesn't mean that it can't be already there. It's more about changing the feeling than changing the circumstances. It's more about changing the feeling and how you feel about it, rather than, rather than oh, I'm gonna have more money and then I'm gonna feel like this. No, you feel like this, that way, that the way that you think you're gonna feel when you have money or you have more money than you have now, and then you're gonna get that. And that's the trick, that it has to be the other way around. So I'm gonna leave you with that, and I hope you have a lovely day, morning, evening, whatever you're having, and I love you all. Stay focused. Wherever your attention goes, your energy flows. So that's another thing I remember. So keep that in mind. Stay mindful, and I love you all. And peace upon you, and peace upon this world. Okay, bye.